Hey everybody, we are back with another review, and today we are checking out the board game Dungeons and Dragons. This was brought to you by Mattel Electronics back in the 80s, and this is a computer labyrinth game. Look at that artwork on there, huh? Now, the front, this is a real live-action shot of the game with some nice fantasy stuff behind it. On the side here, there's a little gentleman playing with his father. And it says, find and steal the dragon's treasure. Exciting electronic sounds guide you through the labyrinth. Warn you when the dragon wakes. A game of strategy and high adventure played on an electronic, touch-sensitive board. Number 1991 out of the Mattel catalog, and it was created in 1980. Made in the U.S. On the side here, we have just a red out version of the front cover. We have a repeat over here with an original Toys R Us price tag of $42.97. Again, another red out version of the front. And you can hear everything just moving around here. We have a interesting little warning here in the corner which says safety tested, conforms to PS 72-76. There's some more explanations and a wider shot here. We see the treasure. Looks like there's two players. We have the dragon here. Has the includes list right here. Watch out, the electronic sounds tell you where to go and find and steal the treasure before the dragon gets you and win. Let's see what's inside here. So there's nothing actually in the box. The box is actually empty. And look at that, 9-volt battery inside, just waiting for us. Now, just off the bat, all the pieces are inside. I can hear them. You can see the board here is pretty cool. It's got these little symbols here. Looks like everything pretty much repeats throughout here. We have switch key, next turn, level 1, 2. Dragon flying, defeat tune, dragon attacks, dragon wakes. So I imagine these are the alert signals. You got wall, door, illegal move, warrior moves, warrior 1, winner, warrior 2, and treasure. And then there's all these corresponding tiles on the side here. And the entire battlegrounds looks like a castle, if you would. So, and let's check out the bottom here, where it looks like we have some pieces falling out already. And there's a drawer right here, and look at that, we got the original instruction booklet in there, proof of purchase. We'll check that out in a second. And then we got the pieces in here, which we have the little pewter dragon, little pewter statue of a dragon. We have a pewter busted open treasure chest here. And on the bottom it does say 1980 Mattel on all of these, so these are the original pieces. We have a little warrior soldier here with a shield and a sword. We have another warrior with a beard and a club with a shield. Kind of cool on that. We have two marker pieces, one's square and one's got a hexagonal shape. Has a treasure chest on the back of the square one and a club on the back of the hexagon. And then the rest are these border style pieces, which we'll just leave in the tray for now, but they have this slot system on the back here, which basically just allows you to create borders and walls, as simple as that. So, but yeah, that's the walls. We have the instruction manual here, which has some really nice fantasy artwork. The soldier fighting the dragon with a castle in the background and a full moon. And it says, Dungeons & Dragons is owned and used under license by TSR Hobbies. So super cool. Hawthorne, California. TSR makes amazing toys and games. We have a little backstory here, a list of everything that you need. The battery, so basically it asks you to connect the battery. And then important information, if your Dungeons & Dragons games appears to be malfunctioning, this is the first sign of battery wear. A fresh battery should solve the problem. So that's kind of neat that they at least give you that initial I guess, frequently asked questions, a follow-up immediately there. And you got the markers for the secret treasure room, know the sounds, you got the level keys, another explanation of everything that you see on the board. I kind of want to power this up and just see what happens instead of going through the dragon wakes. At the beginning of the game, the dragon is asleep in the treasure room, but the dragon sleeps with one eye open. After each player has taken one turn, the dragon checks to see if anyone is approaching too close to the treasure. There's the dragon awaken, treasure found. Get your treasure home, so basically you have to get in, get the treasure, and get out without the dragon. Survival of the strongest, warrior strength factors in a 2-player game. So basically the warrior with the greatest strength at the end will cross out a tie, is what it sounds like. Warrior versus warrior combat. Apparently you can steal treasure from the other warrior if they are on their way out. Warrior with treasure lands on square occupied by other warriors, so basically it allows you to challenge them to take that. Doors, advanced level only. I imagine there's some form of doors. They have an imaginary here, but the game of magical doors as well as walls, the computer decides when and where to close a door and for how long. So the winner basically is achieved when any player succeeds in gathering the treasure back to his or her secret room without being attacked by the dragon or robbed by the other warrior. That player wins. You will hear the winner tune. To play again, turn the game switch off, then on again. You will get a new labyrinth with a different number and position of walls. Given the number of possible combinations of walls, it is unlikely that you will ever get 2 labyrinths that are exactly alike. So very similar to almost like a video game where it has a randomizer versus a board game which could at the time potentially have limitations. So there's some strategies here, some reminders about I guess pertinent information for navigating through the space of the labyrinth. How to take care of the game, a 90-day warranty, and any in-service from Mattel. So pretty cool. Enclose a check or money order for $10. Oh, so they'll fix basically anything if you just pay them $10 after the warranty is expired. That's pretty cool. Not a lot of companies offer that type of service anymore, and that was where I was looking for the third marker. I was wondering where that third one is. And on the back of that one, it has a sword. So there's basically a marker for each one of the soldiers and the treasure. So, and we have an extra. And let's check out the battery compartment. Super clean. Super clean on that, which is very nice. And we're going to hook up the (9V), and we'll just slide her right in there, and I'll put the battery cover over, which is not corroded, looks beautiful. And then on the side here we have the we have a little jack here, and then we have the power button right there. So let's hit the power button. Interesting. So yeah, basically once you set up your dungeon, you basically would create where you want to put everything and set everything up on the board, and yeah, basically run through the course and the instructions of the game. But I mean, everything works pretty good on this, and everything's in pretty pristine shape. It's very nice to see something like this in this type of condition that's nearly 30 years old. In its age and probably in use. I imagine it probably sat around for at least 10 years in someone's attic It might have sat its whole entire time in someone's attic, but we want to give it the benefit of the doubt and say it was at least used for 2/3 of its lifetime, so, and it didn't just rot away somewhere. But this is a really nice old school computer electronic game. At the time, this must have been amazing, because you're transitioning from reading books and spoken word for the board game to commence to having some kind of visual representation in some kind of an electronic form, where you have also figurines to represent the characters and the game that you're trying to play. So I do think that this was probably pretty monumental when this came out. And the original price tag of this was $43, which is, that could, I mean, if you were to equivalent it out now, at least a couple $100 for this type of game now, if you were to purchase it. So think about that in regards to how much this probably wasn't in every household back in the day, and how many people actually had this in the neighborhood. Probably one kid in the neighborhood had this, and all the friends would come over and want to play this game. So pretty neat. I really think this is a really blast from the past. It's in amazing pristine shape, and I just wanted to share this vintage board game with you guys, so and gals. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want more content like this, subscribe to the channel. And we do board game reviews every single Wednesday, so be on the lookout for that, and we'll see you in the next one.